Hey there! Let's talk about happiness, the thing we're all chasing. But what if we've been looking in the wrong places all along? Most of us spend our lives searching for happiness in external achievements. But the ancient Stoics believed the real key lies within. We often believe that a new job, a bigger house, or the perfect relationship will finally make us happy. Yet, as soon as we achieve one goal, another takes its place, and the chase continues, often leaving us feeling emptier than before. William B. Irvine, in A Guide to the Good Life, calls this the hedonic treadmill, the cycle of desire and dissatisfaction that keeps us running but never arriving. What if the secret to joy isn't about getting more, but about wanting less and truly appreciating what you already have? This is where Stoicism comes in. Irvine explains that by shifting our focus from what we lack to what we possess, we can break free from the treadmill and experience lasting contentment. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy, but it's also a practical toolkit for living well. It teaches us to focus on what we can control, accept what we can't, and cultivate inner peace no matter what life throws our way. The Stoics, like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, practiced daily reflection and self-discipline to strengthen their minds against life's unpredictability. Imagine waking up each day feeling calm and grateful, handling setbacks with quiet confidence. Irvine introduces practical Stoic exercises such as negative visualization, regularly imagining the loss of what you value so you cherish it more deeply. For example, picture losing your morning coffee ritual or a favorite walk. This simple act can transform routine moments into sources of joy. Another powerful practice is voluntary discomfort, occasionally choosing to experience mild discomfort, like taking a cold shower or skipping a luxury, to build resilience and reduce fear of hardship. Irvine shares how these exercises help us become less dependent on comfort and more adaptable to change. In A Guide to the Good Life, William B. Irvine breaks down these ancient teachings and shows how they're more relevant than ever. He explains how to use Stoic wisdom to reduce anxiety, increase gratitude, and find meaning in everyday life. For instance, he describes how reframing setbacks as opportunities for growth can turn frustration into fuel for self-improvement. Throughout this video, you'll discover key Stoic concepts like the dichotomy of control, learning to distinguish between what you can and cannot change. You'll also get practical exercises to shift your mindset, such as journaling about your day or pausing before reacting to stress, and real-life examples of how Stoicism can help you thrive in a modern world. Ready to stop chasing happiness and start creating it from within? Let's unlock the ancient secret to a truly good life, together. By the end of this journey, you'll have a toolkit of Stoic strategies to help you find peace, purpose, and joy, no matter what life brings. So what is Stoicism? At its core, Stoicism is an ancient Greek philosophy founded in the 3rd century BCE, focused on living a good and meaningful life. It teaches us to align our actions with virtue and to accept what we cannot control. Contrary to popular belief, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or becoming indifferent. Instead, it's about understanding our feelings, observing them without judgment, and not letting them dictate our actions. For example, if you're stuck in traffic, a Stoic would notice frustration rising, but choose patience and perspective over anger. Stoicism is a practical guide to building mental resilience, finding joy in everyday moments, and focusing on what truly matters, like our character, our choices, and our relationships. Journaling, self-reflection, and practicing gratitude are all Stoic habits you can try today. This philosophy has endured for centuries because it offers timeless tools for facing adversity, finding peace, and living with purpose, no matter the era or circumstance. Let's meet the original Stoics, the thinkers whose lives and lessons still guide us today. Seneca, a wealthy advisor to emperors, faced political intrigue and personal tragedy. He wrote letters and essays on how to handle anger, grief, and the unpredictability of life. For example, Seneca advised visualizing worst-case scenarios each morning so that when trouble came, it felt less overwhelming. He believed that by preparing our minds, we could remain calm even in chaos. Epictetus, born into slavery, taught that true freedom comes from within. He urged his students to focus only on what they could control, their thoughts and actions. Imagine being stuck in traffic. Epictetus would remind us that while we can't control the jam, we can control our response. His teachings show that mindset, not circumstances, determines our peace. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome, ruled during wars and plagues. Despite immense pressure, he kept a private journal, now known as Meditations, where he reminded himself to stay humble, patient, and just. He practiced gratitude and self-reflection daily, showing that even the most powerful need inner discipline to stay grounded. These Stoics faced challenges much like ours: difficult people, uncertainty about the future, and the search for meaning in everyday life. Seneca dealt with betrayal, Epictetus with poverty, and Marcus with overwhelming responsibility, yet all found ways to remain steady. Their wisdom offers practical tools: journaling to process emotions, pausing before reacting, and focusing on what you can control. By applying these lessons, anyone can build inner calm, no matter how hectic life gets. Here's a life-changing Stoic idea: the dichotomy of control, a concept central to Epictetus and echoed throughout Stoic philosophy. Everything in life falls into two categories: what you can control and what you can't. This simple distinction is the foundation for a resilient mindset. Focus your energy on your thoughts, actions, and responses, your inner world. You can't always choose your circumstances, but you can always choose your attitude and how you respond. You can't control the weather, other people's opinions, or random events like traffic jams or sudden changes at work. Worrying about the uncontrollable is wasted energy. The Stoics remind us that anxiety often comes from trying to manage what's outside our influence. The Stoic practice is to pause and ask, is this within my control? If yes, take thoughtful action. If not, practice acceptance and let it go. This isn't passivity, it's smart focus. By directing your efforts where they matter, you become more effective and less stressed. Prefer good outcomes, but don't tie your happiness to them. The Stoics teach us to value effort and virtue over results, which are often beyond our control. Pack an umbrella, have a backup plan, and choose your attitude. Prepare for what you can, and meet the rest with equanimity. This shift is the ultimate power move for a tranquil mind. By mastering the dichotomy of control, you unlock the freedom to live with purpose, resilience, and peace, no matter what life throws your way. Negative visualization may sound counterintuitive, but it's one of the most transformative practices in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that by imagining the loss of what we cherish, a loved one, our job, our health, we prepare ourselves emotionally for life's inevitable changes. This isn't about dwelling on worst-case scenarios or becoming pessimistic. Instead, it's a tool for cultivating deep gratitude for what you have right now. When you regularly contemplate loss, you stop taking things for granted. You notice the warmth of a hug, the comfort of your home, the simple joy of a conversation. Negative visualization also acts as a mental vaccine. If setbacks or losses do occur, you're less likely to be shocked or devastated. Instead, you're more resilient and prepared to adapt. To practice, set aside a few minutes each day. Picture life without something or someone important. Let yourself feel the absence, then return your focus to the present and savor the fact that it's still here. Try this before a family dinner, during your morning routine, or while journaling. Notice how ordinary moments become sources of joy. Over time, negative visualization rewires your mind to generate gratitude automatically, turning even the most routine experiences into opportunities for happiness. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, "He robs present ills of their power who has perceived their coming beforehand." By practicing negative visualization, you not only appreciate life more, but you also build the inner strength to face whatever comes your way. We all fall into the trap of thinking just a little more will make us happy. Whether it's the latest gadget, a promotion at work, or more likes on social media, we chase after the next thing, believing it will finally satisfy us. This is the hedonic treadmill. The more you get, the more you want. Modern life constantly bombards us with messages that we need to upgrade, improve, and accumulate. But as soon as we achieve one goal, another takes its place, and the cycle continues. The Stoics saw that true happiness comes from wanting less, not having more. As Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." They practiced voluntary discomfort, like sleeping on the floor or fasting, to remind themselves that happiness isn't tied to luxury or excess. The goal isn't to get everything you want, but to want what you already have. Try keeping a gratitude journal, or take a moment each day to notice the small comforts and joys in your life. Appreciate your current abundance, your phone, your home, your relationships. The Stoics remind us that what we take for granted today, we once desperately wanted. Reflect on how much you already possess, and let that be enough. Ambitions are fine, but don't tie your peace to outcomes. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control, our actions and attitudes, while accepting results with equanimity. If you don't get what you want, ask yourself, can I still be content? Step off the treadmill and discover contentment in the present. Practice gratitude, embrace simplicity, and remember, happiness is found not in chasing more, but in cherishing what you already have. Let's make this practical. Stoic wisdom isn't just for ancient philosophers. Anyone can use it to create a calmer, more resilient life. Start your day with the dichotomy of control. In your journal, draw 2 columns, one for things you can control and one for what you can't. For example, you can control your effort at work, but not your boss's mood. Focus your energy only on your side of the equation. This simple shift can reduce anxiety and help you respond thoughtfully to challenges. At night, practice negative visualization. Imagine, just for a moment, losing something you value, a relationship, your health, or a favorite possession. This isn't to make you sad, but to spark gratitude for what you have right now. Seneca wrote that by rehearsing adversity, we become less fearful and more appreciative. Try one act of voluntary discomfort this week. Take a cold shower, skip your favorite treat, or walk instead of driving. Epictetus believed that by occasionally denying ourselves comfort, we train our minds to handle life's inevitable hardships with greater ease. Or simply wait in a long line without reaching for your phone. Notice your thoughts and practice patience. These small acts build your tolerance for discomfort and help you stay calm when life doesn't go your way. Celebrate small wins. Each time you respond to frustration with calm or choose gratitude over complaint, acknowledge your progress. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that setbacks are opportunities to practice virtue. Remember, Stoicism is about progress, not perfection. Don't judge yourself harshly for slipping up. Instead, reflect, learn, and try again tomorrow. Journaling, meditation, or simply pausing to breathe can help you reset. Each step, no matter how small, builds your inner citadel, a place of strength and peace that no external event can shake. The Stoics called this your fortress within. By practicing these habits, you're choosing purpose, resilience, and tranquility. You have the tools, ancient wisdom, modern science, and your own daily actions. The good life is waiting for you. Start today and let each small step bring you closer to the tranquility you seek.